Okay, here we go. Let's do a hotel room workout here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So to start off, take the glasses, remove the glasses, start with some neck work, get this out of the way because that's the one where it's hardest for me to talk. We'll just go through my general joint warm up, mobility, and then kind of explain things as we go. Don't ignore the neck, people. It's too easy. I mean, I see so many people, even people who are really into fitness, and they just completely ignore the neck. It's pretty important. More important than a lot of people realize. You don't have to do a lot. You don't have to do like serious neck bridges or full-on neck workouts that a wrestler would do or an MMA fighter, but you should do some. That'll prevent you getting those neck kinks and cramps that randomly happen from sleeping on it wrong. So yeah, this will be kind of interesting. My first time doing this kind of video. Trying to do a video where we show how to work out in a hotel room with limited space, but more space than I'm used to when I'm driving a truck. That's for dang sure. This is almost like a mansion for me. It's just a small Airbnb studio that I got here in a really cool area of Kuala Lumpur. Been here I've been in Malaysia here now for almost, I got here December 2nd, so it's been about 3 weeks. Exactly 3 weeks, actually. It's been good. It's nice to be off the road for a while. Got about 2 months and a week or change. Just warming up my shoulders here. Do some circles, you have to step around and move. Always be aware of your surroundings. It's gonna be more of a beginner kind of strength and mobility routine, but also something that I'll find moderately challenging. But my priorities now with fitness are different than when I'm on the road. I've been doing a lot of walking. So much walking, got a nice big blister around the ball of my foot. It's good now. But it's bothered me for a little while. My feet got a little bit sore, all the tendons and ligaments, because when I'm on the road, I'm just not used to walking. Hardly at all. You know, you go from walking barely, maybe a quarter mile a day to 2 or 3 miles a day. Yeah, it's a big jump. That's definitely an area of fitness that deteriorates whenever I'm on the road. So right now, my priorities are just, get used to walking again. I'm walking all over the place, I walk everywhere. And just kind of keep myself in decent shape all around. Make sure I still do stuff every day. I did a morning workout, and then most mornings I've been going to this park that's got a really good calisthenics workout area, good pull-up bars. So I go there in the mornings, do some pull-ups. Not a lot, but enough to get a pump. My overall philosophy. Do enough to get the blood flowing. And I was watching some other guy's YouTube. He was talking about as you get older, being consistent is a lot more important than working out with any real level of high intensity. And that's my own philosophy too. There's a time and place for intensity, but in general, it's better to just focus on being consistent. Now I get to show off how inflexible I really am. How inflexible, I mean. Yeah, driving trucks does not help your flexibility. With my setup in the truck, if you've seen it, I have a setup where I got a pull-up bar and gymnastics ring. So general calisthenics, it stays pretty good. But things like flexibility, I can keep it decent for, someone my age, for a 50-year-old truck driver. But still, let's go ahead and sit down. And this is what I call, what is called a seated position, where you're just sitting on your feet, just like this. It's a very good position. It's good for resting. And it's also just good for your ankles. You also want to come up, let's turn back. You also want to spend time to come up. It's just good for your feet, stretching your feet out. Just kind of come up on your toes and lean back and just stretch the feet. but I kind of go back and forth from that to CISA. And sometimes you get Charlie horses at your feet from doing this. Just like right now. So you gotta stretch it out a little bit. And then I'm gonna go ahead and show you this. This is a really good, excellent exercise right here, especially for the back, the spine. Just doing spine circles. Yeah, it looks a little goofy, but it is an excellent, excellent exercise. Helps protect the back from, I don't know if it really helps you protect from injuries, but I think it definitely helps you build more awareness of your spine and your joints, which in turn helps you prevent injuries. Because I know a lot of guys my age, a lot of people my age, they start having those back injuries, and they can take a long time to heal. And if you don't treat it properly, learn how to exercise properly, there's a very good chance you'll end up having to get surgeries and end up with all kinds of big old mess that you don't want. Then we go and do our shoulders a little bit. Once again, always doing that scapula, working that scapula. And this isn't nothing serious, but this kind of stuff is just so important to do. All right, let's sit back here. I'm gonna stretch the wrists a little bit. Now we're about to start getting into the more of the workout. This is gonna be a hard workout. Like I said, this is gonna be very beginner friendly. Just doing some basic stuff for people. I try to show things to do for people for 10, 20 minutes a day, which ideally is what you want to get up to. If you're just starting out, just do 5, 10 minutes a day. But number one thing is be consistent. Do some wrist circles, work our hands, but I like to go through all my joints pretty much on a daily basis. Not every single day. Some days I'll do more stretching, but I stretched out pretty good yesterday, so today's gonna be more just mobility, light strength training, some joints. Let's go stretch out the hamstrings, the triceps and lats. Yeah, I've also been going out and just learning how to do a little bit of videography and photography. Just kind of been going out with my phone and getting footage of the city. Kuala Lumpur is a really, really cool city. Every time I go out and just see what it's like here, it's just really cool. It also kind of makes me sad because so many American cities just aren't like that. You can't just go out and any time of the day or night and just enjoy it. But I've always liked the city ever since I first came here about 2 years ago. Do some more arm circles. But learning how to edit some videos, how to get some good shots, just how to film good footage. Not that I'm good at it yet, but it's been a cool project to work on now that I'm here. Let's go ahead and do a squat. We're just gonna hang out in the squat for a little bit, move around from foot to foot. Now here I'm gonna go into a lunging stretch. It's kind of hard for me, but that's all right. So I like to have a couple things to hold on to because these kind of stretches are really difficult for me. Not difficult, but I just, I don't have very much flexibility. My balance isn't all that great when I'm just not used to this kind of stuff because I don't have room to do this in my truck. So when I have space like this, I try to take advantage of it. But you're at home, just do something like this. This is great stuff. You don't have to go as far as me, or maybe you can go a lot further. Most people can probably go a lot further down than this. Or maybe you're just going to be just lunging down a little bit like this and getting some time under tension. Either way, it's fine. But it's really important just to learn how to just kind of flow from one thing to the next. I'm still seeing way too many people online trying to, what's the most ideal workout and all that. It's like, dude, you're a beginner. It doesn't matter. Just start doing something. Be consistent. Stretch, mobility, some basic strength training. And I change it up as I go. Like I said, I thought I was going to be doing more strength training today, but I don't know. Maybe we'll do just more stretching and mobility. Just leave it at that. That's fine too. Let's go ahead and do a hip stretch, standing hip stretch. It's a great exercise working on your balance. So most people just need to be thorough and just getting some good stretching, some good mobility, some good basic calisthenics. And I would say don't even worry about doing a bunch of squats or a bunch of lunges. Just spend time in a deep squat and a lunge, like I just did. Just spend time in those positions the best you can and build some range of motion. All right, let's go and let's do a pike stretch. Otherwise known as downward dog in yoga or an A-frame in calisthenics. You really want to kind of push with your shoulders and walk your legs forward a little bit, put more pressure on your shoulders. Then come back, press back, and just really get a good hamstring stretch there. I'm going to come down. And good stretch for the shoulders. Right here. Now from here, we're going to do something called swing sets, where you kind of just get in this position and just straighten your legs. Bring your hips between your hands. Real good, just kind of general strength, mobility, hamstring flexibility. And I'm just kind of making this all up as I go, just based on my experience, based on how my body feels. And I think that's what most people need to learn how to do. This isn't really stuff I like doing, but the more I do it, the better overall I feel. Now for me, I'll go over some 3-point bridges. Let's reach up, one hand, come back down, reach up with the other hand. Do this one more time each side. Okay, from here we're going to work on some get-ups. Just standard leg thread get-up. We're going to raise one hand, one foot, bring this foot through, one stand up, back down, just like that. Try not to lose your balance like I just did. Then do the other side, turn to the supporting hand, stand up, put down to a 3-point stance, and leg through, plant, all fours, and repeat. Really good exercise. Try not to hit my head here. Yeah, things like standard get-ups like this. Very underrated. Not enough people do them. Just make sure not to hit your head on the furniture when you do these. I think I've got them kind of close. Okay, then we'll walk forward into a squat, back, now we're just going to play around in the different animal movements. Go ahead and come in at some Cossack squats. Once again, showing how flexible I'm not. Like I said, this isn't a really intense workout for me, but you know, I'm definitely warmed up. I'm feeling good. And it's got the heart rate going. This is all most people need to do, just stuff like this. Let's go ahead and do a back stretch. This is an important skill. Let me pause here for a minute, because I'm just making all this up as I go, from beginning to end. Just kind of show people, just get started, be consistent, learn a little bit every day, and practice it. And then the more you learn, the more you'll be able to do, the more you'll remember. And you know, pretty soon you'll be able to just put stuff together as you go. You won't need a program. You just got to remember, overall for strength is push, pull, legs, like I think push-ups, pull-ups, squats, lunges. Then you just do stretching and mobility, and go for walks, go for runs, do whatever. Stretch out the back. We're about done here. So I did a more intensive bodyweight workout this morning. This is my afternoon session. That's what I've been doing. I've been doing a session in the morning, whether it's going to the park and stretch out the back. Whether it's going to the park and doing a bunch of pull-ups and a back workout. And then in the afternoon, I'll do stuff like this. Sometimes more intensive, but I'm gonna keep doing these. I've been, I kind of slacked off on doing these videos. But about time to get back to it. From here, we're just gonna pop up into a squat. Okay, I think that's gonna do it. Got the blood flowing a bit, my heart rate up. Like I said, this wasn't a real serious workout. I'm not working out real serious right now. This is my time off. I'm enjoying my time off. I'm focusing on some other things. I am working out every day, but it's a pretty low intensity. It's now, because I have more space and I have more room. I spent 9 months, or about 8 months, just working on that calisthenic strength. Really hitting the rings and the pull-ups really hard. Made a lot of progress there. So for now, I'm okay with that regressing a little bit, as long as I get more flexible, build my mobility, just build my endurance for just walking around, because you lose that, like I mentioned earlier, you lose that when you're on the road doing long haul trucking. So that's, you know, I'm walking 2 to 3 miles a day right now, and I want to get up that to like 6 to 8 miles a day, every single day. And I just walk around and do some photography and videography with my phone and learn how to put those videos together. So it's going to be, you may have already seen some other stuff, places I've been. There's going to be more of that as I go along. And if you watch this whole thing, I'd be pretty impressed. Tell me if you did. That would be awesome. With that, see you next time.